Did you know that universities are some of the biggest businesses in the world?
Probably think universities mainly exist to educate students. You pay tuition, attend classes, get a degree, and hopefully get a good job afterward.
Sounds simple, right? Well, not exactly. Because modern universities don't just sell education.
They sell credentials, prestige, research, networking opportunities, sports entertainment, student housing, and sometimes even an entire lifestyle.
So how does the university business actually work? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the product. You might think universities sell knowledge. But knowledge is everywhere now.
You can learn math on YouTube, programming online, and even entire university courses for free.
So if information is free, why are people still paying tens of thousands of dollars for college? Because universities aren't really selling information. They're selling a signal. Imagine two people applying for the same job.
One has a degree from a respected university.
The other doesn't. Even if both know the same things, employers often choose the graduate. Why? Because the degree acts like a certification.
It tells employers that someone completed years of work, passed exams, and met certain standards.
In economics, this is called signaling.
The degree itself becomes valuable because employers believe it has value.
Now let's look at where universities get their money. The first source is tuition fees. This is the obvious one.
Students pay money to attend classes and earn degrees.
But tuition is only part of the story.
Many universities also earn money from student housing, meal plans, parking fees, application fees, graduation fees, and countless other charges.
Sometimes students discover that the actual cost of attending is much higher than the advertised tuition price.
But here's where things get interesting.
Many universities receive government funding.
Governments want educated workers because educated populations tend to be more productive and earn higher incomes.
Higher incomes usually mean more tax revenue. So governments often subsidize universities through grants, research funding, and direct financial support. Universities also receive donations. And we're not talking about small donations. Some wealthy alumni donate millions or even billions of dollars. Why? Partly because they want to support the institution that helped them succeed. And partly because having a building named after you sounds pretty nice.
Some famous universities have endowment funds worth tens of billions of dollars. These funds are invested in stocks, real estate, bonds, and other assets.
The investment returns help finance university operations.
But universities don't just spend money.
They compete. A lot.
Universities compete for students, professors, rankings, research grants, and prestige.
And prestige is incredibly valuable.
If a university moves higher in rankings, more students want to attend. When demand increases, universities can charge higher tuition.
This creates a powerful incentive to improve their reputation. Sometimes that means building better facilities. Sometimes it means hiring famous professors. And sometimes it means constructing buildings that look like luxury resorts. Now you might ask, if universities have so many revenue sources, why do costs keep rising? Well, there are several reasons.
Universities hire more administrators, build larger campuses, invest in technology, and compete to attract students with better services.
Every improvement costs money.
And when students can access loans, universities often face less pressure to keep prices low.
If people can borrow more, institutions may feel comfortable charging more. That's one reason student debt has become such a major issue in many countries. So, are universities businesses? Yes. But they're also something more.
Unlike normal businesses, universities create research, train future workers, develop new technologies, and produce knowledge that benefits society as a whole.
The challenge is balancing education and business. Because when universities focus too much on profits, students suffer. But when they ignore financial reality, they can't survive.
And that's why the university industry remains one of the most fascinating businesses in the world.